Hello and welcome to another episode of today's GK. Let's begin with the practice question. Subsidiary alliance was planned by. It was planned by Lord Wellesley or popularized by Lord Wellesley. Tipu Sultan was Hyder Ali's son and a great warrior, also known as Tiger of Mysore. He died on May 4th while defending his capital, Srirangapatna. He was a well-educated man who was fluent in Arabic, Persian, Canarese, and Urdu as well. After Tipu was defeated in the Fourth Anglo-Mysore War, Mysore entered into a subsidiary alliance. In 1978, the subsidiary alliance was planned by Lord Wellesley in India. Okay. Which of the following union territory or state has the best sex ratio? The correct answer is Ladakh. The annual report on vital statistics based on the 2020 Civil Registration System report was recently released, and the Union Territory of Ladakh recorded the highest sex ratio at birth in the country in 2020. Ladakh was followed by Arunachal Pradesh, Andaman and Nicobar Islands, Tripura and Kerala. Sex ratio at birth is the number of females per 1,000 males. Lowest sex ratio at birth was reported by Manipur, followed by Dadra and Nagar Haveli, Daman and Diu, Gujarat, Haryana and Madhya Pradesh. Shigella sone, recently in the news, refers to, it is actually a kind of bacteria. The health department has decided to conduct further tests in the case of Shigella sone bacteria. It has been found to cause food poisoning in people who had shawarma and water from an eatery in Cheruvathur in Kasargod district. Shigella sone is an emerging pathogen globally. It is the second most common infectious species of shigellosis in low and middle income countries and the leading one in the developed world. Which of the following works do not belong to Karl Marx? Das Kapital, the Communist Manifesto, Republic, Discourse on Inequality. The correct answer is option A, 1 and 2 only. Moving on to the explanation. Born on May 5th, 1880 in Germany, Karl Heinrich Marx was philosopher, historian, economist, sociologist, and revolutionist. Marx and Engels co-authored the famous political pamphlet, The Communist Manifesto, in 1948, which is still influential. Another of his famous works is the Das Kapital. Marx's ideas have been of profound impact all over the world. Marxism is at the heart of communist movement which influenced many countries in Europe, Asia, Africa, and America. Consider the following statements. Moldova is a member of the NATO. Transnistria was a part of Ukraine until recently. We have to select the correct statement. Both are actually incorrect. D is the correct answer. As the Russian-Ukraine war completes over 2 months, Transnistria, the tiny breakaway region of Moldova, risks being dragged into the conflict. The de facto state lies between Moldova to its west and Ukraine towards its east. Often described as a remnant of the Soviet Union, it declared its independence like Moldova did soon after the breakup of the Soviet Union. Moldova is not a member of the NATO. When Moldovan troops attempted to take over the territory in 1990-92, Transnistria was able to resist them because of Russian soldiers based in Transnistria. Since then, it has remained free of Moldovan control. Purchasing Managers Index is compiled by which of the following? It's actually IHS Markit. The seasonally adjusted Purchasing Managers Index highlighted a solid and faster improvement in operating conditions across the sector. It rose from 54.2 in March to 54.7 in April. It is a survey-based measure that asks the respondents about changes in their perception about key business variables as compared with the previous month. The purpose of PMI is to provide information about current and future business conditions to company decision makers, analysts, and investors. It's compiled by IHS Markit for more than 40 economies worldwide, which is a global leader in information, analytics, and solutions for the major industries and markets that drive the economies worldwide. Consider the following statements. The interest rate that the RBI charges when commercial banks borrow money from it is called the bank rate. The interest rate that the RBI pays commercial banks when they park their excess cash with the RBI is called reverse repo rate. So as we have to select the correct statement, only the second is correct. B is the correct answer. The sudden action to hike the repo rate by 40 basis points was prompted probably due to some understanding within RBI about a higher retail inflation print in April. The interest rate that the RBI charges when commercial banks borrow money from it is called the repo rate. Bank rate is the rate by the central bank charged by the central bank for lending funds to the commercial bank. The interest rate that the RBI pays commercial bank when they park their excess cash with the central bank is called the reverse repo rate. Since RBI is also a bank and has to earn more than it pays, the repo rate is higher than the reverse repo rate. We have to match the political organization by its founders. Indian Association, Surendranath Banerjee. Madras Mahajan Sabha, Ghazlu Lakshmi Narasu Chetty. East India Association, Shishir Kumar Ghosh, Ghadar, Lala Hardayal. So as we have to select the correctly matched pairs, only the first and the fourth are correct. Moving on. Sir Surendranath Banerjee founded the Indian Association in 1876 to bring Hindus and Muslims together for political action. In May 1884, M. Virara Ghavacharya, G. Subramania Iyer and P. Anand Charlu established the Madras Mahajan Sabha. The East India Association was founded by Dadabhai Nauroji in 1866 in collaboration with Indians and the retired British officials in London. In 1913, Lala Hardayal formed the Ghadar Party to organize a rebellion against the British government in India. Arrange the following peninsular mountains from south to the north: Shivaroy Hills, Seshachalam Hills, Varu Sanadu Hills, Garjat. So as we have to select from south to north, third, that is Varu Sanadu is at the southernmost, then comes Shivaroy, then Seshachalam and then Garjat. So it should be 3, 1, 2 and 4, that is option D. Shivaroy Hills are the outlying range of Eastern Ghats in north central Tamil Nadu. Highest peak is in the southwest, reaching 5,231 feet at Sannyasi Malai, that is Duff's Hill on the Yarkot Plateau. Varasanadu is the originator of Vaigai River, situated in Thane district of Tamil Nadu. Seshachalam Hills are hill ranges of the Eastern Ghats in southern Andhra Pradesh states, southeastern India. Garjat is a mountain range that stretches into Odisha from the Utkal Plains in the Chota Nagpur region of Jharkhand and Chhattisgarh Plain, as you can see this map. Moving on. Which of the following Panchayati Raj committees recommended making the district as the basic unit of planning? The correct answer is G.V.K. Rao Committee. Article 40 of the Indian Constitution mentions panchayats. Article 246 authorizes the State Assembly to legislate on any topic relevant to local self-government. On 2nd October 1959, Rajasthan became the first state to implement this democratic decentralization strategy. The establishment of the Ashok Mehta Committee in 1977 resulted in new thinking about Panchayati Raj's ideals and practices. The G.V.K. Rao Committee of 1985 recommended making the district as the basic unit of planning and holding regular election. L.M. Singhvi Committee recommended strengthening panchayats by providing more financial resources and constitutional status. Which of the following diseases are caused by protozoans? Toxoplasmosis, malaria, genital herpes. The correct answer is first and second only. A is the correct answer. Protozoans are single-celled organisms behaving like tiny animals, hunting and gathering other microbes for food. Many protozoans live in the intestinal tract and are harmless. Other cause disease such as giardiasis, malaria, toxoplasmosis, genital herpes is caused by viruses. Okay, moving on to the next question, that is the practice question. World Press Freedom Day is organized by which of the following? UNESCO, Reporters Sans Frontiers, United Nations Human Rights Council, World Press Freedom Committee. Answer it correctly. That's it for today. Tomorrow we shall meet again with another segment. Until then, stay updated and thank you so much for watching.